Hello and welcome. My name is Jamie Swearingen, and today I will be telling you about our Housing Skills Group proposal for 2022. Homelessness in the United States is at an all-time high recently, with more people than ever living on the streets and fighting to survive and meet their basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter. More housing programs than ever before are being created to support these people and put them back into housing. These programs can consist of either low-income housing or supportive permanent housing. However, the transition from being homeless to being housed is not always easily welcomed or eagerly accepted, and it can be difficult to navigate alone. Transitioning from being homeless to being housed, you have a ton of rules and regulations that you now need to follow. You have to keep your unit clean. You have to keep yourself clean. You have to make sure you take out your garbage, and you have to get along with your neighbors, and you have to pay your rent on time, and the list goes on and on and on and on, right? And it's jarring to navigate coming from survival mode, where the only thing you had to worry about is if you were going to make it through the night, to now I need to focus on taking out my trash. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to stick to a schedule like that. This group can support people in learning those basic needs to live in a housed environment as opposed to living on the streets, to avoid eviction or 30-day notices to be evicted. Our group summary is a combination of an education group and a life skills group. Each group will provide education pieces of the group topics, as well as opportunities to apply that knowledge and learn hands-on how to complete these tasks. The duration will be one group per week, and it will run for an hour. It'll be 1 hour long once a week for 16 weeks total. Group topics can vary widely, but some of the basic topics can be cooking, cleaning, laundry, shopping, and interpersonal skills. Cleaning sounds pretty normalized to most people who live in housed environments. We know how to clean, or we're taught how to clean. Cleaning is not an innate skill, which in turn needs to be taught to these individuals. How to keep floors clean, and walls, and your refrigerator, and your space. Shopping can include things like groceries or household items, clothing, anything that they may need to be successful in their units. Interpersonal skills also come in handy at this time because they need to be able to learn to get along with people. In these low-income housing settings and supportive housing settings, there are oftentimes multiple people packed very closely together. In this case, it can be kind of difficult to make sure that you're getting along with your neighbors. And if we start getting into arguments and fighting and roughhousing and making ruckus at these housing sites, more often than not, if it happens enough, eviction will come, or a 30-day notice will come with a warning. The group criteria for members: they have to be at least 18 years old and have recently moved into low-income or supportive housing settings within the last 3 months, or they must be at risk of losing their low-income or supportive housing. So they must have already gotten a warning to be evicted, or a warning to cease and desist their behaviors to continue living there, or they have to have recently moved there and need some support. The criteria: this group is voluntary. However, if a member misses at least 3 groups in a row, if a member misses 3 groups consistently, they will be placed back on the wait list and have to restart the program. The group size ranges from 4 to 10 people each week, and will restart at every 16 weeks. This group exists to support the individuals in their transition from being homeless to being housed. It can be a wild experience transitioning from a wide open space and not needing to follow rules to feeling like you are constricted into a box. This group will help people feel more comfortable in a housed environment and feel more at home with themselves. People staying in these housing settings longer with this group and the skills that they learn will open up more homeless services to people who are still living on the streets, who have not reached that point of wanting to be housed. They will open up more services and more homeless shelters for these people to be able to support and keep the cycle moving. This group also provides a sense of pride and accomplishment for its members. It can be very rewarding to be able to cook for yourself, to make a nice meal, to live in a clean space, and to make friends with your neighbors. It gives them a sense of accomplishment that they may have not received before. Housing is a basic human right as declared by the United Nations. Housing should be comfortable and warm and inviting for yourself and for others. And this group helps provide a sense of comfort in their own home for these people. Evidence-based practice that goes along with this group involves the systems theory, which allows the facilitator to look holistically at the individual and consider environment and situation. So it allows the facilitator of the group to acknowledge that there are many other things going on besides this person doesn't know how to cook, or this person gets in fights sometimes. They understand, system theory helps the facilitator understand that there are many other pieces at play in this puzzle, just as person in environment perspective does. Person in environment perspective acknowledges that the person in their environment and situation, as opposed to just the person. It acknowledges that the person is moving a vast transition, and with that are going to come some bumps in the road. So this helps acknowledge and understand behaviors and the actions that are occurring. At the beginning and end of the 16-week course, members will take a survey based on what they currently know as far as topics of the group. Surveys from week 1 to week 16 will be compared following the end of the 16-week course to determine if the group was successful in teaching members the necessary skills to exist in housed environments, as well as increasing their sense of accomplishment as far as what they have learned and increasing their comfort in their new home. Since homelessness is at an all-time high, providing people with the tools they need to be successful in housing can really make a difference. It can help the community by keeping people successful in their housing, and in turn, as I stated previously, free up space in homeless shelters and other homeless services. We can keep the cycle going. We can keep the rotation moving and keep seeing our members, our clients, and our people be successful. The connection to education and supports that this group provides will not solve everything. It will not solve the housing crisis completely, and it will not help the homeless population in its entirety. But it is a step in the right direction to help our community. Thank you very much.